The conviction of President Muhammadu Buhari on the role of information communication technology as essential to Nigeria as a fast-forward thinking economy that is ready to compete in the fourth industrial revolution through the right policy to drive growth and encourage investment is to NITDA a clarion call. It is on that premise that we welcome you to this edition of NITDA Impact on the Nigeria Television Authority. I am Safia Danjuma. NITDA Impact is a weekly TV magazine conceived to enlighten, inform and educate you on the developments, issues and trends within IT ecosystem under the watch of NITDA. Again, you're welcome to the program. Nigerian youth have been urged to take advantage of ICT to generate revenue and help Nigeria to fully achieve the government quest to diversify the economy via IT. This call was made by the Director General of NITDA, Dr. Isa Ali Pantami, at the Startup Friday Innovation event in Lagos. The DG stated that NITDA is committed to capacity development through training of youth with IT-based innovations in the country to create ICT-based entrepreneurs.
When many Nigerian startups are asked to list their major challenges, they often mention, amongst many others, the lack of support from the Nigerian government. But today, the story is different. This is why the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, which is saddled with the responsibility of developing the country's ICT industry, is breeding a new set of young innovators as the next generation of technology entrepreneurs that would lead the country out of its economic downturn. The Director General of NITDA, Dr. Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantami, stated this at the 7th edition of Startup Friday, now rebranded Startup Nigeria, organized by the Office for Technology Entrepreneurs, which took place at the Admiralty Conference Center, Navadokia, Victoria Island, Lagos. According to the DG, the event is a platform for the agency to identify challenges confronting startups so as to nurture their talents and showcase them to the global community, thereby attracting investment to the nation.
We have started encouraging them. Okay. I have been in all the two we have so far in person. Okay. Secondly, we motivate them by giving the certificates, which was not there before. Okay. And 3, as long as we have budgetary provision, we start giving them at least a seed fund to support at least their ideas, as we did in the previous one, which is an encouragement as well. 4, we always try to keep in touch with them. At least if we identify those that are very important, we try to keep in touch with them, we motivate them, we encourage them. And the 5th one as well, we sponsor some to an international events like GITEX in Gulf Information Technology Exhibition in Dubai, which I think those that are successful here could be accommodated among those that will go there to showcase their ideas. And if they are successful, there are many international companies that will be willing to incubate the ideas and develop them.
Speaking with our crew, Amina Sambo, the Acting Coordinator, Office of ICT Innovation and Entrepreneurship, says the ICT sector is a powerful catalyst in addressing needs and interests of all other sectors all over the world today. According to her, Startup Nigeria is a program of OIIE, among many other initiatives that brings the startup ecosystem together.
So it was a great opportunity to also bring them on board. As you can see, they are part of the representatives here. So this is how we thought is a good approach to work. Go to them, show them that we are ready to work with them, and then it's easier for you to get them on board to work with you, and together would form a very thriving and sustainable ICT ecosystem.
A key feature of this Lagos edition is the pitching competition, with awesome prizes won by participants, followed by sponsorship by NITDA to GITEX. Participants from the 6 geopolitical zones at the forum share their experiences and innovative roles technology is playing and what they have been able to do since the advent of this program.
Comestible is a platform, a web platform that connects farmers to restaurants, grocery stores, and food consumers. Basically, it means that farmers could get their produce delivered directly to the end users without going through any middlemen to get to the markets. So with that, farmers get more income because they can set their own prices and don't get peanuts, which the middleman gives them to carry their produce.
We implemented a way of testing if someone is drunk. The device will actually test you. If you are drunk, it cannot allow you to start that car until you pass the drunkenness test before the car can start. So when the car starts, the device will be monitoring your speed. If you exceed a certain speed limit, it will notify you, it will warn you to slow down, but it won't take any automated action because we don't know why you are speeding. Maybe armed robbers are following you, we don't know, but it only wants you to calm down. Yes, then it will again calculate the cumulative number of time you have been driving without resting. Then if maybe, for example, if you set it to like 5 hours, if you have driven for 5 hours, it will ask you to take a rest. That is for human factor. Then that of environmental, we check potholes on the road. Anytime a car hit a pothole, the device will log that information to a server, and that information will be available for the road safety corps and the farmer and other people, so that it will help them to identify which road is bad, so that they will come and fix those roads. With the coordinate of the road, we have a dashboard for them whereby they will have access to that information. And it's also monitor accidents. If accidents occur, it notifies whoever is concerned, the body is concerned, so that they will come on time and for emergency response. And that of maintenance, if your car is due for maintenance, it will send you a text message, an email address, asking you to maintain your car.
Our focus basically is about promoting African culture, about telling our stories. You know, we are growing up as a child, we're all exposed to cartoons, foreign cartoons. So who is telling African story? Who is telling who is showcasing? We have superheroes, we have our own Shangos, we have our own Amadiohas. You know, someone needs to tell the stories. We can't expect the foreign guys to come here and tell our stories. So we have to do something. And animation is a very big industry that can change the GDP of a country. So that's an area that we must tap into to change the narrative. Now they're talking about petroleum going away in the next couple of years. This is the new petroleum that we should be focusing on. We need to empower the youth, we need to empower these guys, and also create a market for African animation.
Globally speaking, from the foregoing, it is evident that technology has permeated almost all facets of our lives, and if properly harnessed, could be a catalyst to boosting our socio-economic advancement. So it is important for MDAs and other relevant stakeholders to synergize to achieve an inclusive result.
In a related development, Director of Corporate Planning and Research, CPR, Dr. Collins Agu, has stated NITDA's determination to provide the needed IT infrastructure and enabling environment to fast-track a knowledge-driven economy by way of promoting e-learning. Dr. Agu also speaks of NITDA's impact in the educational sector.
What NITDA is doing as an IT regulatory agency is focusing on our principal mandates. One of them is actually provision of platforms, not only the capacity development. So in essence, to provide tools to help drive IT to the grassroots. By way of tools, I mean things like KAVs, knowledge access venues, things like RITCs, Rural Information Technology Centers, things like CAC, Community Access Center, virtual library, which we deploy to universities, hubs, and so on and so forth. So in deploying that, we kind of mitigate some of these challenges of ownership. Like most schools can't afford reasonable bandwidth, they can afford virtual libraries that may have up to 100 PCs. So this is when NITDA come in and provide such platform for them. Typical deployment of KAV in certain universities. For example, Enugu State University of Science and Technology. We just came back not quite long from Ekiti State University, where we commissioned our virtual library, which is made up of 100 PCs with at least 4 Mbps of bandwidth, basically. And of course, the library tools and e-learning tools that are within there. Now, with the e-learning tools and access to internet, people get to get what they call early awareness. Because if you don't have an awareness, you wouldn't know one or two technologies are existing. Then from your awareness, now the creativity comes in now, because you know that this is done this way. Your creativity sets to tell you, why can't I do this way? And that's what we call innovation. A new technology used in a different form. Therefore, innovation is start talking of commercialization of either as a product or also as a service. So these centers help to create awareness that inevitably leads to innovation that drives startups and the knowledge economy as a whole. We have emerging technologies, things like IoT, Internet of Things, which by 2020 to be worth up to $19 billion. And if we don't start developing that capacity right now, we'll be left behind. So ITSS is creating that early awareness by carrying out various training programs for universities, for NYC core members. For example, Kuba Camp, we've carried out training program. As I speak with you right now, we have a training program going downstairs in our IT training room, okay? And we also plan to take it across Nigeria. Then things like big data analytics, things like cloud computing, things like RFID technology. Not quite long, we invited all the MDAs, each of the ICT heads. We created an awareness program here in collaboration with our partners, RFID Research and Development Center in AUST in Lokogoma here. And we issued them, just as a proof of concept, RFID-enabled certificates, quality smart certificates, absolutely. So these are some of the things we create that early awareness to help people understand the trend. Because if you don't understand the trend, you can't key into it, absolutely. So NITDA is a place, being an regulatory agency, where people should come and see the latest technology work, where people come and listen to us and get the latest trend. And that's actually what we are doing.
Before we take questions for this week, here are the answers for last week. The first question was, what is NITDA's mission statement? And here are the answers. NITDA's mission statement is to develop and regulate information technology for sustainable national development. Number 2, what are NITDA's core values? What are NITDA's core values? And they are discipline, competence, fairness, professionalism, and efficiency. Now let me take you through the question for the week. What is the full meaning of CPR, which is one of the departments at NITDA? What is the full meaning of CPR, which is one of the departments at NITDA? Number 2, who is the current chairman of the Senate Committee on ICT? Who is the current chairman of the Senate Committee on ICT? You can please send your answers to us on info@nitda.gov.ng. info@nitda.gov.ng. Let me take you through our mailbox for your questions. We have Rosemary Ubogo from Mararaba in Abuja. Rosemary states that e-government in other parts of the world enables the citizenry to access public services, and most government officials are mandated to use official government emails for communication. But many of our government appointees and public servants still use personal emails like Gmail, Yahoo Mail, and Hotmail. And she stated, for instance, if you send inquiries to most official government emails, there are usually no responses. Rosemary is asking what NITDA can do to address the situation. We also have Obina Chukuma from Abaraka Delta State. He is asking, in other advanced nations, children are exposed early in primary schools to science and technology innovations, but in Nigeria, we like to focus on theories. Is there anything NITDA can do to help our education system be IT focused? That is from Obina Chukuma from Abaraka. Thank you all for the mails, and be rest assured that the agency will do justice to them. And for more inquiries and questions on IT issues and the activities on NITDA, you can please send your mails to us on info@nitda.gov.ng. info@nitda.gov.ng. This is a foremost ICT television program, NITDA Impact, designed to inform, enlighten and educate you on NITDA's initiatives. Now let's listen to Dr. Isa Ali Pantami, the Director General of NITDA, as he speaks on the efforts of the agency to ensure IT capacity and promote youth innovation while ensuring the right policies are put in place to encourage IT entrepreneurship.
The mandate of the agency is a huge one indeed. It is a huge responsibility that is difficult for one to achieve all of them within the time frame at least we have. Because of this, I try to make my own priority and preference. I look at the areas that are very important, that we can utilize our time and achieve something meaningful within the period. So looking at the mission and the objectives of the President, Muhammad Buhari GCFR, who appointed me into this office, he usually emphasizes on the 3 or 4 things in most of his speeches. 1, security. 2, fighting corruption. 3, economy and job creation. Because of this, I decided to look at our mandate and see what we can do in NITDA to support him in achieving these objectives. So looking at our mandate, you can clearly see there are many areas where NITDA can support the current administration in fighting corruption. For example, in e-government. Whenever there is e-government in place, so many areas where people use to perpetrate corrupt practices will easily be blocked. 2, insecurity. In developed nations, they rely more on ICT today to fight insecurity. And that today you cannot fight insecurity manually. You have to advance in using technology, particularly ICT, to see how you can be ahead of those that are perpetrating these things. So that is why, if you look at our mandate, there are many areas where NITDA will significantly support the current administration in fighting insecurity, and we are still working on that. And in addition, look at the area of job creation. Today, IT becomes an indispensable component of our life. You cannot stay away from it. You cannot live in isolation. Look at the globalization today in the world. No one will be able to live in isolation. You have to be part and parcel of IT today. Whether you like it or you don't like it, is something that is not a necessity but an obligation for you to be a party to it. So looking at this, people are more inclined to it. Today in Nigeria, we have around 97 million people that are using internet. 97 million people. So because of this, we can utilize that to see how we can support them to at least partake in doing something that will improve their economy through IT. And by implication, we are supporting our government to deliver its mandate. Today they say IT is the current oil. Most of the nations today are running away from oil because of how the price is crashing to IT industry. And that is why today, if you look at the current statistic 2015, IT contributes around $19.5 trillion to the economy of the world. 19.2 trillion. But if you look at in Nigeria, the contribution is very insignificant. And it's very important for us to try to see how we can catapult at least this IT-driven economy so that it can support our government in at least, if not replacing, but at least it can be in complementing the contribution of oil to our GDP. And this is very important. And this is one of the areas that we feel that we should give more emphasis to see how we can at least support that. Let us look at other countries that rely more on IT. They advance in IT, like Singapore, for example, like Finland, even developing nations like India, like even China. You will be surprised if you see the contribution of IT to their GDP. And this is one of the things we are working on. And for sure, we believe that with the support of each and everyone, we will be able to at least achieve something meaningful. In our Office of ICT, Innovation and Entrepreneurship, we have so many programs where NITDA supports our younger ones to at least utilize their talents, to at least dedicate their time in innovating something that the country will be proud of. And in line of this, currently in the coming of GITEX in Dubai, we are sponsoring at least 16 young Nigerians in our startup to go and display their talent, what they have achieved so far, and this is part of motivating them. And if you go through our programs in the Office of ICT Innovation and Entrepreneurship, we have more than 10 packages that we are supporting young Nigerians to come and utilize their talents in IT so that we can achieve something that we'll be proud of. And some of them, they are supported to even recruit some to support them in doing that. And by implication, you are still creating more job opportunities. And that is what we are doing. So we do hope that the young, once we are traveling with them to Dubai, will be able to achieve something meaningful. And this is the beginning. I do hope that within my own tenure, I will be able to bring many packages that will at least support our younger ones to come and display and utilize their talents effectively so that the country will be proud of that, and by implication we will be able to integrate our own economy through IT. My vision for NITDA is the vision for NITDA. The actual vision I met here that has been documented is my vision. That is to try to transform NITDA to be the prime catalyst, the fundamental catalyst that will transform Nigeria to an IT-driven economy. That is my own vision. I don't have any vision better than the vision I found here, and I'm ready to work with it and to support it.
Thanks to our Director General for those insightful revelations. It is on that note that we draw the curtains on this show this week. See you again, same time next week. I remember humble self, Safiya Danjuma. Bye for now.